I feel
pierce
like
your
there's
ear
something
again?
on my ear. Well, I'm using this opportunity that I can see myself a little bit better to just pick out like my imperfections and weirdnesses, like this hair.
You have a hair. Oh. Put it back.
Well, Merry Christmas, Dave. So, yeah, I was watching Superman with Luke.
Oh, yeah?
I would say it's been like, I can't honestly. I was probably 10 the last time I saw it.
No.
There's some things that would not fly in to my modern sensibilities. I was offended a couple times. We've got like a little boy penis, which is weird. It's weird to see that.
Oh, yeah, when he comes out of the ship.
Yeah. And it's not like it's just not like a little glimpse. Like he stands there and just like basks in like the noonday sun. We're gonna be dealing with our own Superman tonight in the form of Brendan Fraser.
I mean, he's always been a Superman to me.
Yeah. Have you seen recent pictures of the guy? He's in a show now.
Yeah, he's in Doom Patrol. I haven't seen it, but I want to. But apparently that the DC streaming thing is gonna get like combined with HBO, and then I'll have it. So in like a month I'll have it because I have HBO. And I was thinking like, I'll have HBO, I'll have Netflix, I'll have Hulu, I'll have Amazon Prime, I'll have Disney Plus. And I was thinking maybe there should be a larger umbrella where they bundle all of these streaming services together and they could call it something like cable, maybe.
Yes. Wow.
And then you can just pay one
fee for everything.
One fee for everything instead of like multiple fees. It's an idea. It's in the works. It's up here. It's in the works.
I think it's about time that you unveil that idea upon the paying masses.
Don't worry. Someone much higher up than me is gonna figure it out.
His name is Ted Turner.
So I guess like this is our it's our show. Is it a show?
It's still a show.
It's a show? Okay, it's our show about us discussing movies that we saw between the ages of like 10 or 11 and 15 or 16 or whatever. And we've only seen these movies once in the theater, and we haven't seen them since. So we have a list of them, and we pick one every week, and then we each separately ruminate on it, and we don't talk to each other about it, and we purposely do not do any research because that's the best way to recall
and to come up with a sound opinion.
Yeah, it's the best. That's the best way to do it.
Don't research. Don't do that. Don't research. We picked a movie. We picked one, and we didn't discuss it. Dave.
No, I have a lot of thoughts on it.
What movie? Oh, I don't. What movie did we pick for? I might end up having a lot of opinions. What movie did we pick for tonight?
We picked Encino Man.
Encino Man, 1991, the year that Encino Man hit the silver screen.
That's the year. I agree.
I think that, so. What I remember a lot about the early '90s was just the Malibu, the California beach scene sort of became like in vogue, where there was like Bill and Ted sort of like, I think they came out late 80s, and that kind of like Airhead sort of California like slacker vibe became funny and hip, and one of the pioneers was Pauly Shore, who was in the movie.
Oh, I forgot about.
You didn't know that?
I know. I thought it was Seth Green.
It was an early Pauly Shore vehicle. From this we got Jury Duty, Son-in-Law, Biodome.
Wow,
This was like the first one. And he was he was like the torch bearer of this slacker California entitled 20 something or late
Because
teens.
he
I
was
don't
on
know what
MTV. He was on MTV.
he was on MTV.
God, I didn't know he was in this. Well, that's a horse of a different color for me, because I was not thinking that he was in this.
I hope you
movie.
use that term a lot. Do you use that a lot?
I try. I was ruminating on this, not research, just thinking. There's a difference. So you and I met each other. Now follow me here. So we saw this in the summer of 1991, and we met each other in the fall of 1990.
Yes.
That means that you and I have known each other. If we're both 40 right now, we're both 40. We're in that kind of like magical eclipse where we're both the same age.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I won't be soon, but like it happens like every year for like a couple months.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah. So like so I'm 7 to 10 months older than you. One of them. But so we've known each other for 3/4 of our lives. If every 1/4 equates to a decade of our lives. So that's 4. You following me? So
yeah, I am. But why did you?
I'm really good at like. So
no,
I'm not
you're
really
not.
good at math.
Why did you? Why did you decide to do fractions?
So this fall we will be friends for 30 years. I wanted to like have more of a percentage of our lives, though. I wanted to sound.
Yeah.
I mean, 30 years is impressive for any jerk.
Yes, it's 30
I wanted
years.
ours to be more scientific. When thinking about this movie and thinking about like the first movie that you and I ever saw together was The Rocketeer.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like our parents dumped us at the theater and they said, be back here at, I don't know, 6 p.m. sharp and we'll be 20 minutes late to pick you up. This might have been the first movie you and I saw together, because that, even though The Rocketeer was the first movie that we saw.
Your sister came with.
Yeah, without parental supervision. My sister came with. And I love my sister dearly, but like I should have had that experience.
We didn't want her there. And I don't want her to be part of that memory. And we need to tell her that.
Okay, don't tell her that.
All right. Well,
okay.
Maybe I might be overreacting.
I guarantee you she doesn't remember. So the plot of this movie, stop me if I'm wrong, is that a guy gets thawed out from the past.
Yeah.
Right. And it's called Encino Man. So I thought it was from the Encino age of the world.
It's not. Encino is a place in California. It's coastal. It's hip. They've got palm trees. They've got neon. They've got jams. They've got Pauly Shore, whose best friend in the film was, do you know?
Seth Green.
Sean Astin. I'm pretty sure.
Sean. My goodness, really?
Post Goonies. Post Goonies. Pre Lord of the Rings.
Pre Rudy.
And
so who was? So I thought like Pauly Shore, even though it was a vehicle for him, he wasn't the lead, right?
No, he was the goof. He was the draw of the film, which I think later became, let's be clear, Brendan Fraser's abs.
For me. So this was another one of those. So the more we discover this, the more I'm like, maybe I was getting hints all along.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. Because he's
a handsome man.
He was.
He's still. I mean,
he's not anymore.
I like it.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm
sticking by him.
Good.
Through thick and thin.
The end.
Literally. We can't all be early 90s Brendan Fraser.
No. And we're not.
Never will be.
He had like the scraggly hair.
Like George of the Jungle? Was that like was it sort of
It
like
was
that?
very George of the Jungle, if I'm thinking of it correctly. And that's why I think we're both thinking that he had like a loincloth like the entire time. But he played a caveman.
Right, but you saw his abs at some point, right? Because I remember going home being like, I wish I could find an Encino Man.
At 11?
Maybe. I mean, that's when we wake up.
Okay.
Like, you may be noticing certain things are happening to your body conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And this would be the time that, during Encino Man is when you would be discovering those things happening to your body. Who was the, enough about who I dig. Who was the female love interest? There has I have
no idea. So you say he was frozen. It was one of those very foggy. But I'm guessing that they were probably excavating for a new mall or something in Encino.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like a crane picked up a scoop and plopped him down, and you just see this like. Right? I'm guessing.
It's like his hand. Like, you mean his hand?
Yeah, his hand. And then Sean Astin and his nut job friend who's always getting into hijinks, Pauly Shore, who his name is probably Ferret in the movie.
That sounds
we're looking for a place to skate.
Yeah.
Or skate or something. Skate or die.
Wait, because this land is what they're this is where they used to skate or scoot? And now they're tearing it up.
They're just looking, or they're just looking for something.
Okay.
And Sean Astin's just like, I don't know about this ferret, and he's like, come on, man, this is, I don't know, like this is the place to be. And Sean Astin's like, I don't know, I don't know. Let's figure this out. Let's do some like regressive hypnotherapy and try to pull this out from each other. I think the way that these movies go, we already established that they found Encino Man because they went into a mall dig site. They found a hand. They took him home. Like, oh my God, they revived him. They tried to teach him like how to be cool, how to be early 90s California cool. Like, no, man, that's a Capri Sun. You drink it like that and you throw it in the trash can and then you skateboard. There was the woman that Sean Astin was hot for, who was repulsed by Pauly Shore's character, Ferret, who fell in love, though, with the Encino Man.
And why wouldn't you?
Movie solved.
Like, who was Alyssa Milano? Like
very good choice. But
movie for Alyssa Milano.
Yeah, because she was like the hot one on the small screen, who was the big screen version of Alyssa Milano, pre Alicia Silverstone. Because that's who comes to mind. But that's Clueless. She wasn't big until that point.
No.
Let's go back a little bit further.
Oh no, you don't think it was
No, you're not going to say that name. She's a lesbian.
But that's not an Encino Man.
We can't say her name. We already said we're not going to say her name tonight.
Is it though?
No.
Okay.
She has no sex appeal. We're talking about Christy McNichol.
And there had to be a nosy parent, right? Because Encino Man ends up staying with them. I don't know if I pointed this out yet or not, but I really want to comment that this is very scarily similar to Forever Young in the plot structure of it. Guy wakes up, from
the past.
From the past.
And gets sort of like adopted and snuck into like a familiar structure by like a well-meaning childlike person. But yeah, like they sneak him into the house. And the parents in these movies were always like just either like drunk or oblivious or just like, all right, Sean Astin, who's your friend? Oh, it's Ted from social studies. He's come over to study.
Or no, or like it's an exchange student.
Yeah,
That somehow
from the
the parents,
past.
yeah, from the past, that somehow the parents didn't know,
That he
was
was
staying
living
with
there for
them.
years.
But
Yeah,
I guess we
and
signed that paperwork. We were drunk.
he discovers like a Dorito and like battles with it and gets it everywhere, or like like a
That's
like
right.
there's or no, he like opens up the bag of Doritos and they go everywhere.
Oof, yeah.
Like Dr. Pepper. It's like, yeah, Doritos and Dr. Pepper. This is the 90s.
God,
Yeah.
that's disgusting. There's
It
nothing
was the
appealing about
90s.
that.
It was a more simple time.
It was a different time.
It was a different time.
It was a different time. I want to say this movie was also sponsored by Pizza Hut or some shit like that. But
Probably. What happened to him at the end though? Did he just like refreeze himself or something?
that's what I think. They pushed like Forever Young. They pushed him off the cliff.
Yeah.
Back into the past or the future.
Just hoping that everything would work out.
Just work out.
I mean, it's not murder if he was supposed to be extinct to begin with.
But unlike Forever Young, which started a franchise, I think that they wanted to start a franchise with this. I feel there was probably a direct to video.
I'm sure there was. Yeah, they came out in 2018.
Right, with Casper Van Dien as the Encino Man.
Yes.
I kind of want to also point out so far the 3 movies that we've covered and the rest of our list, to my knowledge, they're not readily available.
A couple of them are, but not all. Yeah, I can think of 2. The other ones, not at all.
No. So far the ones we've covered. When was the last time you saw Forever Young?
Nowhere.
No. So there's something to these choices. I feel like we're finding I think we're discovering a through line of the movies that we chose when we were younger or had no other option to, and the fact that they've almost vanished from the earth.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
we think that we're just amusing ourselves, but I think as we're getting into this, we're going to figure out that we're onto some kind of giant conspiracy, that these movies are being silenced.
They are. They're being silenced.
Now we have to figure out what the through line is. There's some kind of narrative.
Wait, well, we've already gotten it. So, Forever Young, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and now Encino Man. What do they all have in common?
They are reviving some kind of past relic.
Yes.
To either wreak havoc or to just misunderstand culture and hilarity ensues.
Right.
But whatever it is, yeah.
We're on to something here. Stay tuned. Watch this space.
Yeah. Don't be afraid.